Hey guys, Mr. Betts here. For this last activity, we want to we're going to read this and then answer the questions below. We want to make sure that we're using language that is clear with our answers. For example, suppose we're explaining the meaning of f prime of 4, where t is measured in seconds. So we want to explain what that 4 means. So the 4 is a t value that's being plugged into f. And so we want to make sure that we use language that makes it clear that 4 is an instant in time. So by saying after 4 seconds, to be clear, when we say after 4 seconds, we don't mean like everything that happens after 4 seconds, but at the moment that 4 seconds have passed, that's what after 4 seconds means. So all three of these have verbiage that means that it's at the moment that 4 seconds have passed. So when 4 seconds have elapsed, at time 4 seconds. I think that last one is probably the most awkward, but it works. If we're talking about something that's going on over an interval of time, then we want to make sure that we're clear about that. So this would be an average rate of change instead of an instantaneous rate of change. So all of these right here indicating average rates of change when we're doing problems that involve derivatives. So derivatives are going to be an instantaneous rate of change. So we don't want to use language that indicates something happening over a period of time. So if you haven't had a chance yet, pause the video, answer the two questions below, and then come back and we will talk about them together. So we have d of x is a differentiable function giving the depth in feet of a river x feet downstream from the dock at point A. So basically, as we move further from the dock, we can use x as an input and figure out, based on how far we are from the dock, how deep the water is going to be. So we want to write one or more acceptable phrases using the input value 100 that signify an instantaneous rate of change. So basically, we're looking for things that look like these right here. Instantaneous rate of change would be what this 100 would be interpreted as. The 100 here is measured in feet. So we could say at a distance of 100 feet from the dock, or we could say just 100 feet from the dock, at a point 100 feet from the dock. So we're indicating that this is a point in the river 100 feet. Probably should say downstream, because that's what x represents. If I didn't say that, we could indicate upstream or downstream, and that would be bad, right? So if the input were, say, negative 100, then that would mean 100 feet upstream. So we want to make sure that we're clear about that. So on number 2, we want to write one that would be unacceptable because it implies an average rate of change instead of instantaneous. So we might say in the first 100 feet of stream of river downstream. This is kind of awkward, from the dock. So this would indicate the distance, including the dock, all the way to 100 feet from there. So we might say on the interval of the river between the dock and 100 feet downstream, through the 100th foot downstream. So this is another common mistake, not just saying from 0 to 100, but maybe indicating that the 100 represents an entire foot rather than just a particular point. So anything that would indicate the full interval from 0 to 100 feet or in the 100th foot would be like between the 100th foot or the point at 100 feet and the point at 101 feet, that would be the 100th foot. Actually, that's not true. That would be the 101st foot. So the point between the 99th foot and the 100th foot. So we don't want to indicate any kind of interval. We want to make sure that it's clear that it's at a point in the stream.